Good day, good day. How everybody doing? Here it is. I'm back. This individual right here, look at the picture closely. This individual right here, he is a parole officer, the late Bryant Rooney. What I'm gonna talk about today is, it's a story in the headline. You can see it. Okay? What it says, accomplished in a 1985 murder, a NYC parole officer win prison release. Okay, here it is right now. Is a story about this individual. His name is Perry Bellamy. Guess what, man? Perry Bellamy got a very powerful story. Guess what? To me, as I look at it and I sit back and think about it, and his story go deeper than the original surface. To me, he was part of the Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols organization way back when. He was part of it when it first started off. And even back then, when it got started, he was there from the beginning. He watched. And to me, like, it's kind of tricky because to me, I think he did two things. He kind of gave Cat the key. Cat was established on that block, 150 and 107. But it was some other individuals, some major player that was there before Cat. And basically right now is Perry kind of gave him the key to the empire. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go too far into depth in regards to that, but I just want you to understand and pay attention. Right now is hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I am going to be coming out with some new content. I'm going to talk about the past, the present, and the future. And especially a twist with this story right here in particular. Here it is. This man just came home. On October 10th, 1985, Bellamy, an associate of infamous Queens drug lord Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, arranged to meet Rooney near Baisley Pond Park in South Jamaica by claiming to have information about one of his cases. There, a hit squad acting on Nichols' order pull up alongside Rooney's car and open fire, killing him with 5 shots. The motive, authorities say, was revenge for Rooney having locked up Nichols following a drug arrest while he was on parole in an earlier drug case. Although Nichols maintained that he only wanted Rooney wanted, not killed. Nichols was serving 25 to life for Rooney murder, plus 40 years for federal murder, drug, and racketeering charges. So here it is, October 10th. Which is the day, 1985, 35 years ago. Parole officer Bryant Rooney was murdered executioner style. So even with that being said, you look at it. Here it is, guy doing his job. He was a parole officer. His client violated Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols. And what he did was he did his job. He took him back to jail because he violated his terms of his parole. And Perry Bellamy is the one that contact Bryant Rooney and like, listen, man, I got some information for you that can help you with the case. So of course, what's going to happen is this individual, this parole officer going to be interested in trying to put the nail in Fat Cat coffin? Why not? That's his job. That's what he's paid to do. But holy behold, not knowing that Perry was luring him to his death. Now sit back and think about it. Why would anybody, like to me, even like I told you right now, Cat told me straight up top, he never instructed anybody to kill Rooney. He told me face to face. Only thing he wanted them to do is scare him, rough him up. Sit back and think about it. Here it is. You want your guys that's not trained to use a weapon. You want them to go snatch up a parole officer and you want them to rough him up. This guy is legal. He's licensed to carry a firearm. He go down to the firing range. I'm talking about, and he practice. He's a professional, at shooting a handgun. And you want some guys from the hood to basically snatch him up, knowing that he's armed. He's licensed to carry a firearm. What you think gonna happen? Help me. To me, anybody in their rightful state of mind, you going against somebody that have a weapon and, he's legally able to carry a weapon. He's an expert. What you expect to happen? How in the hell are they going to rough him up when he got a gun? I know right now is if I got a weapon or I got a gun, somebody coming to rough me up, it ain't happening. Why? Because once again, I'm going to have my hands ready, especially, it didn't matter. When you out there and you're being aware of your surrounding, and to me, you want to protect yourself. It's like boxing. Protect yourself at all times. So even then, I'm talking about this officer. He's out there doing his job and he's licensed to carry it. I don't care. Anybody strange or I'm in a rough area, I'm going to make sure that I have that weapon close by. I'm going to make sure I got my hand probably on the trigger, ready to let go. Why? Because I'm going to protect myself. I want to make sure that I go home, each and every night to my family. So just so happened, he was tricked. He got lured to this, to the area out there by Baisley Pond. And one thing led to another, and it caused his death. And like I say, Perry got picked up for it. When Perry got picked up for it, I guess he made several videos. He made several videotape confession that he had somewhat was involved in it. And then, long story short, what came out, they say that he got $5,000, to lure the parole officer to that site, not knowing, right now, like the guys that went after the parole officer, they're afraid. So automatically what they start doing when they start shooting, what happened is they start shooting, hopefully, like I said right now, I guess to cause an incident, to cause the individual in the car to crash. No, but when they shot, the bullet went inside and struck and killed parole officer Bryant Rooney. Once again, like I told you right now, did they mean to do it? You know what? Like I said right now, I don't know. I can't say that they mean to do it. I know right now that was the end result. These guys wind up going up there, start shooting, and guess what? When you fire that gun and that bullet come out, something bad gonna happen. So even with Perry, he got, 15 to life. He got convicted for that. To add insult to injury, he lost some family members in that. Fat Cat called a hit, on his father. And basically right now, when he called a hit on his father, like I said right now, once again, I was a part of that. I'm not proud of that moment or whatever, but when I was into that life, I was that sick individual following and doing some of the things all for the wrong reason. I was a part of that. And basically right now we're responsible for Perry's father being hit. The objective was for Perry to come down to the funeral. And once he came down to the wake or the funeral, the objective was we had a few guys that was going to be on, motorcycle. That was going to be wherever that funeral was going to be, or the wake was going to be. We was going to try to position ourselves, not too far, on a building, aiming at the funeral parlor. So trying to basically, hit him, sniper him. You know what? The law enforcement, what we was going to do is, guess what? Use tranquilizer. Here it is right now. The game plan was he's supposed to have some type of tranquilizer that was strong enough to knock out an animal. So automatically right now, if you hit the correction officer or you hit, the officer that bringing him, escorting him down with the tranquilizer, guess what's going to happen? Here it is right now. You're not killing them. You're hitting them with tranquilizer. So just so happened, I went to court and I listened to Perry, and Perry stated that that he's not coming out. He's not coming out to go to the funeral because he know that his father was murdered for the purpose of getting him down there to go to the funeral so they can execute him. So he won't be available to give any statement against Fat Cat at the upcoming parole officer Bryant Rooney trial. So when you sit back and you look at it, period, to me, Perry played a very, very important part. Basically, right now, he gave Fat Cat the key to 107 and 150. What was the deal? Will we ever know what was the deal unless Perry come forward, after 35 years and tell him what was the deal? Did Perry, Cat and Perry made a deal under the table that, look, here it is. If I do this for you, if I get that main individual And that story gonna come later. If I get this main individual out of the way for you, what's in it for me? You know, probably it was a broken promise. Probably Fat Cat promised him, look, man, here it is. If you do what I need you to do, and everything turned out the way that it did turn out, and I become that main individual, and I become who I became, then I'm going to grease your pawn. I'm going to make sure that you wet your beak. I'm going to make sure that you are financially situated for life. So just so happened right now is that situation took place in 83. Now in 85, why would this man be setting up or call himself Lauren Fat Cat Parole Officer, you know what I'm saying, to the scene at Baisley Pond for $5,000 when Cat made millions, was getting millions? So to me, as I sit back and think about it, something don't smell right about that whole story. Because once again, this man helped Fat Cat, Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols, get the keys to the block 150-107 South Jamaica, Queen. He gave Cat the key to his empire. And you know what? That same person that gave Cat the keys to the empire is the same person that kind of helped destroy the empire by bringing Rooney to that crime scene, by bringing Rooney to Baisley Pond. That major, you sit back and think about it. You take 1 and 1 equal 2 and sit back and think about it. You know, here it is. He gave him the key to the empire. Then he kind of took the key away from the empire. Because that parole officer murder, Bryant Rooney, and the Edward Burns murder is what caused the whole empire to come crumbling down. And that was the beginning of the end. So what I want you to do is hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Hit, like right now is, if you want the copy, to get your signed copy of this book, The Brian Glaze Gibbs Story Beyond Lucky, email me, Brian, BRIAN, Gibbs, GIBBS, 1201 at yahoo.com. Listen, I got some stuff that's going to come. Basically right now is going to blow people away. Right now is, like I say right now, when I say what I say, I'm not trying to offend anybody. My story is my ministry. I regret a lot of the things that I did in my past. The past is the past. And what I want to do is share my story to get the younger generation to understand that street life is overrated. Like right now, it's easy, you know what I'm saying, to do the wrong thing. It's hard to do the right thing. It's hard getting up in the morning, punching the clock, doing what is right. But listen, shortcuts is for suckers. Anybody that's out there thinking you can go out there and you're going to make that fast dollar, think about the outcome. Think about the pain and suffering that you're going to inflict upon the victim and your family. It's not worth it. Take it from somebody that know. My name is Brian Glaze Gibbs. This is my ministry. If I can change, anybody can change. Because why? Change comes from within. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Signing off. Tune in. Brian Glaze Gibbs.